This is Public Safety in Focus. Joint federal, state, local preliminary damage assessments are coming to an end in Minnesota. Homeland Security and Emergency Management and FEMA traveled to 50 counties and 4 tribal nations over the past 2 weeks. The goal? To review damages to public property and infrastructure following severe weather and flooding in March and April. Staff documented eligible damages so Governor Walz can request a major disaster declaration in the coming weeks. The video is frightening. The driving behavior unacceptable. The Johnson family is sending a strong message about the dangers of failing to yield to school buses after their 10-year-old daughter, Ambriel, was almost hit as she was getting on the bus in January.
We just have that fear that it could happen to anybody. And to us, we feel that our daughter had an angel looking out for her that day.
Remember, it's the law. Motorists must stop at least 20 feet from a school bus that is displaying red flashing lights or a stop arm when approaching from the rear and from the opposite direction on undivided roads. Office of Traffic Safety Director Mike Hansen and State Patrol Colonel Matt Langer answered Minnesotans' questions about the new hands-free cell phone law on Facebook Live. Beginning August 1, drivers can no longer hold a phone in their hand. Results from the Extra Distracted Driving Enforcement campaign reinforce how pervasive distraction is among drivers. Law enforcement cited 1,927 motorists for texting and driving during the campaign. And continuing a 6-year trend, texting citations year-round climbed 30% from 2017 to 2018. Now is the time to change habits and go hands-free. Visit handsfreemn.org for more information. In Minnesota's top 13 most dangerous counties for drunk driving, residents are getting extra help year-round to keep drunk drivers off the road. Law enforcement officers are providing extra DWI patrols in counties like Hennepin, St. Louis, Otter Tail, and Olmsted. How bad is it? From 2012 to 2016, 183 people died in drunk driving-related crashes in those 13 counties. That compares to 432 statewide. In addition, 768 people were seriously injured in alcohol-related crashes compared to 1,382 statewide. Law enforcement needs your help. Plan a sober ride and avoid a costly DWI, jail time, or a crash that kills you or someone else. Summer is fast approaching, a time when many teens take the road test to get their driver's license. Right now, most exam stations have appointments available in May or early June. Parents can schedule their teens' road test 60 days in advance online. If there aren't appointments available at the exam station you prefer, check back daily as appointments open up or check with other locations. The Minnesota State Patrol stood in silent vigil at the Minnesota Peace Officers Memorial in St. Paul as part of the Law Enforcement Memorial Day in Minnesota. Colonel Matt Langer, chief of the State Patrol, laid a wreath at the memorial in honor of the 267 law enforcement officers who died in the line of duty. DPS Commissioner John Harrington joined Governor Walz and St. Paul Mayor Melvin Carter at the St. Paul Memorial event.
These officers, whose names will be read off, gave us the ultimate gift. And we are better off for having ever so briefly been in their company. For those of us stand here today, let us celebrate the life of our heroes. For as it is written in stone, it is not how these officers died that made them heroes. It's how they lived.
The Minnesota State Patrol celebrated a milestone, 90 years of service in Minnesota. The patrol marked the anniversary with an open house of sorts on the Capitol lawn. Minnesotans were able to check out the workings of a squad car, see classic squads, and learn how to stay safe on Minnesota roads. The state legislature created the Minnesota Highway Patrol in 1929 in response to the ever-increasing popularity of automobiles. The first chief of the Highway Patrol was Earl Brown, who was among the initial force of 9 troopers. And that's Public Safety in Focus.